Tonight, the world remembers Dolly Parton, music icon whose legacy goes far beyond her songs. The president has ordered flags at half-staff across the country. The Empire State Building lit up pink. Dolly Parton died today at the age of 80. Her team said tonight that she passed away after a brief battle with cancer. Thanks for being here. I'm Kyle Clark.
I'm Kim Christensen. The news of Parton's death came in late this morning, and reaction continues coming in tonight about the singer, actress, philanthropist, theme park owner. The fourth of 12 children, Dolly Parton started singing hymns in church. After graduating high school, she moved to Nashville. She got noticed quickly, scoring a recording deal and a regular gig on the Porter Wagoner Show. The rest is history. She now ranks among the most successful country recording artists of all times. She is someone Chuck Morris, a giant in Colorado's music industry, remembers fondly.
The first time she played for me was my old club, Ebbets Field, which is a club that I owned in downtown Denver. And the first date, I looked it up, was April 25th, 1974, when I first had Dolly Parton. And what I was blown up, I still remember that like it was yesterday. I was really surprised that she was so friendly, just even doing the sound check and getting ready, and was so approachable. She would talk to anybody and everybody, and that was beautiful about her.
During her more than 60-year career, Dolly sold more than 100 records and won 100 million records and won 11 Grammy Awards, making her one of the best-selling music performers of all time. Beyond her music, her business acumen, and her acting, she was incredibly generous. She often spoke about her Christian faith, and her works were evident, helping people in need across the country.
It was her upbringing and her family that often inspired her. She'd talk about how her father was one of the most intelligent men she knew, but he couldn't read. And that led her to create Imagination Library, a program that organizes getting free books to children around the world. 9 News reporter Colton Chavez joins us now from the office of that chapter in Denver. Colton.
Well, Kyle and Kim, for Imagination Library of Colorado, they send out free monthly books, and each month they reach over 74,000 kids statewide.
We mail one book every month to children enrolled in the program under the age of 5 at no cost to families.
For roughly a decade in Denver, One Imagination has been changing lives one page at a time.
Currently, we have over 9,000 children enrolled.
For the Imagination Library Denver, that idea belongs to the late Dolly Parton.
We owe it all to her.
Brigid Moore runs the Denver affiliate of the global program.
The one thing we can all agree on is that Dolly is something special.
Something she saw long before working here.
About a year ago, Imagination Library of Denver paused sending books because of a lack of funding. And I was just a parent with little kids enrolled in the program.
That pause didn't last long. A surge in donations, including $50,000 raised by 9 News viewers, allowed the program to continue.
The books aren't going anywhere. The program's going to continue mailing books monthly. It's such an amazing mission and something I've experienced firsthand that makes a difference in people's lives.
And Brigid says that imagination will keep changing lives.
Denver will always remember Dolly Parton.
And the nonprofit tells me their next event for fundraising is going to be on September 12th at Station 26 Brewing. I'm told what those donations go towards is covering the cost of shipping those books to Colorado families. Live in Denver, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
Next, Word of Thanks microgiving campaign is supporting Imagination Library Colorado's work getting books to kids across the state. Since this afternoon, you have raised $100,000 to support their work. There are about 75,000 kids across Colorado that get those Imagination Library books each month. The local county chapters pay for the books, which are organized and shipped worldwide by Dolly's organization. In Colorado, half the cost is covered by the state, half is covered by the nonprofit affiliates at the county level. You can scan that QR code on your screen or text the word THANKS to 303-871-1491, and we will send you that link to donate.
Cooler and cloudier day today, and tomorrow, Denver's facing the possibility of severe storms. We want to get right to Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin with more on that and what we can expect and when
Well, we were hoping for a little rain in Denver today. Denver missed out on that, but tomorrow could be the day we see storms that have more than rain, maybe some hail and wind. Not necessarily a great thing, but some of the forecast modeling is indicating the chance for at least some light showers in the next 24 hours with the heavier thunderstorms south and east where they've been all afternoon. Our high today at 85. Look at this. We're currently 68, so a nice temperature trend. The flash flood watch out for the Aspen Acres burn scar canceled out, but will be reinstated tomorrow. Heavy thunderstorms moving in east central and southeastern Colorado, tracking a few more storms coming in with some outflow boundaries that kind of have been colliding up to the north. But really, southern Colorado's been the area with the heavy rain. That flash flood warning out for Lamar until probably 11:30 or so. We're seeing wind, lightning, and the potential for quarter-sized hail with this cluster of storms that is moving out. Of course, tomorrow we'll be watching the burn scar areas very closely for additional rainfall and also the severe weather threat. Level 2 south of Denver tonight, but tomorrow that severe weather threat does include the Denver metro area, and hail and damaging winds will be our biggest threat. So quiet night tonight, another comfortable day temperature-wise tomorrow, but starting about 1-2 o'clock, those storms start to build. I'll have the timing and impact with your full forecast coming up.
A man is dead after CSP says he shot 2 state troopers in Teller County today.
Are you okay, sir? I just want to come out and get me. I've been shot in the neck, I've been shot in the shoulder, in the ribs.
CSP says the man shot that trooper during a traffic stop around 7 a.m. near U.S. Highway 254 and Piney Point Lake, southwest of Woodland Park. Minutes later, he passed a second trooper responding to the first shooting and shot that trooper while he was inside his patrol car. 2 hours later, less than 2 miles away, somebody called 911 to report the suspect's car just pulled into her driveway. Teller County Sheriff Jason Mikesell says when deputies arrived, the suspect shot at them, they returned fire and killed him.
So quite honestly, I really don't have any sympathy for anybody at this point. This person actively tried to murder 3 different law enforcement officers in 3 different engagements within about 1.5 miles apart. That's a big deal for any law enforcement organizations across the state to deal with.
State Patrol spokesperson says one of the troopers has already been released from the hospital. The other one, shot multiple times, is expected to recover.
The Denver North High School community is mourning the loss of 17-year-old Urbelis Gutierrez Arena. Lakewood police say she died Monday in a suspected murder-suicide. Friends and family gathered at Berkeley Park tonight, releasing white balloons into the air. The rising senior was a member of the Denver North softball team. Classmates remember her as a friend, someone who had a bright future ahead.
She was a student that we were looking forward to her college applications, her scholarships, finding out what college she was going to get into, hugging her at graduation, seeing her in her prom dress, and now we have to go through those things that we usually feel happy and celebratory of without her, and it's just like a hole,
Her death comes while the school is grieving the death of another classmate, 17-year-old Giovanni Ramos, who was shot and killed in July. Denver Public Schools is providing crisis response and recovery support for students and staff. Across the state, many districts are closing and merging schools as enrollment shrinks.
Today, one such plan came before the Boulder Valley School Board. It would close 4 schools while merging and moving some others. iNews reporter Rachel Krause breaks down the proposal.
Boulder Valley has more schools than they need for the students they have. Declining enrollment is hitting the district hard, and now they're getting ready to make tough choices, considering a plan that would close 4 schools and consolidate multiple others.
Thank you everyone for taking the time to be here with us tonight in person.
In a proposal presented before the board Tuesday, the Boulder Valley School District laid out a plan to help right-size the district.
We just simply don't have enough kids.
In Broomfield, Birch Elementary will close. In Louisville Superior, El Dorado and Monarch, both preschool through 8th grade now, will shift. El Dorado will become elementary only. Monarch, a middle school. Boulder will have the most changes. Mesa and Flatirons will shutter. Douglas Elementary will close. After moving out, Pikes Peak Elementary will move into the school. Community Montessori will shift into the old Pikes Peak, sharing space with the Boulder Community School of Integrated Studies.
Closing 6 schools is significant for our community, and I don't want to minimize the impact for all the families and all of the students, and we feel like that's the right proposal at this time.
We keep a lot of our neighborhood schools in proximity to where our people live. We are consolidating to the best degree that is possible rather than dispersing students across to multiple schools. So I really do think this is a really great step in the right direction.
Board President Nicole Rajpal says under the plan, mountain schools stay as is. Dual language schools will be evaluated throughout the year. The proposal would save the district between $3.5 to $4 million a year. Cash, Anderson says, that'll go right back to the schools. As for the teachers and staff at closing schools,
I think that what we're going to do is work to make sure that we take care of each and every person. I would say that because we're investing in the student experience, we can anticipate hiring more teachers next year than we even potentially have this year.
Rajpal says the next month and the choices made will be tough but needed.
This problem is only going to get worse if we do nothing, and we cannot ask our community and future board members to really bear a burden of what is a hard decision, but a necessary decision at this time.
Those decisions are hard. The hardest work starts now.
Parents and family in the district will get their chance to weigh in at a meeting in 2 weeks. The board is expected to vote on the plan September 22nd. In Boulder, Rachel Krause, 9 News.
A ruling is expected tomorrow in the unusual case of a grandmother living in Colorado in defiance of a judge's order to return her to Texas against her wishes. 9 News Investigates brought you the story of Peggy Hill last night. She's been living with her son and daughter-in-law for months in Fort Collins. Last year, that same son entered into a mediated settlement agreement that placed his mom under the care of a guardianship in Texas. The settlement said that Peggy Hill would live half the year in Colorado and half the year in Texas, near her other sons. Hill, though, has refused to go back to Texas for months. She says she just wants to stay in Colorado. Today, a judge in Texas heard arguments on whether Peggy's son in Colorado should be held in contempt for not returning her to Texas. The judge said an order should come tomorrow. We'll keep you updated.
4 soldiers on board an Army helicopter that went down in Gilpin County today are not hurt. The sheriff's office says the chopper was involved in an incident on the east side of Thornton Mountain, north of Golden Gate Canyon State Park. Authorities say the Army is referring to this not as a crash, but as a hard landing. Despite the description, the helicopter was seriously damaged. Spokespeople for 2 military installations tell 9 News the helicopter is based at Fort Campbell in Kentucky.